For the land of the free.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got DH.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the power forward. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. Now here's Harden. Passes it to Irving. The offensive rebound. Jordan in close. He hits it. Jordan's got the first points up on the board for the Nets.
And how about that beautiful display for us of DeAndre Jordan and that wingspan getting to that ball.
George against Irving. And George kicks to Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
And George kicks to Zubac. No good that time. The Nets go the other way with it. Pops it up for Jordan. Here's KD. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Pass to George. And he makes good on the layup.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Harden dishes to Durant. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, life's not fair, right? I mean, that is unfair. You do everything you can to contest Durant's shot, and it turns up to be an up fake instead.
Good on the second free throw. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Irving against George. Pass to Jackson. Now Zubac. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Just 3 to shoot. Basket counts.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Harden scanning the floor. And there's the pass to KD. Makes it off the glass.
Such a great threat in the post, especially on smaller defenders. He can just see the rim from anywhere.
The pass to Kennard. Latrey. Jordan with the rebound. Nets trail by 4. KD passes to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Cousins. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Passes it to Irving. For three. The shot that time not on target. And the Clippers will come the other way. Leonard attacking. Great D that time from Green.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drop.
Now here's Kennard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Irving from long range. Cousins pulls it in.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Nets trail by 8. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Rondo looking around. Pass to Leonard. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Patrick Beverley, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the 3 spot. Now here is Irving. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside for Griffin. Back to Irving. Lets the 3 fly. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 8.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Kennard. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. One-on-one here. Here's Brown. Left side Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
Beverley against Irving. Beverley dishes to Cousins. Back to Beverley. Pocket 6. Over Irving. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets trail by 4. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And Griffin playing with heart. Like how he slams that one home right now, dominating in the paint.
Beverley with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Drills it from outside. And the Clippers lead by 5.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Shoots from the elbow. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Green, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Kyrie Irving. Outside Leonard. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Now here's Leonard. Following the miss by Marcus Morris. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 6.
You got to do your best to root and push and shove Kawhi Leonard outside of the paint. He's just too strong and too skilled on the inside, and then he starts to get comfortable.
Now here's Brown. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Now here's Zubats. Defense right on him. Poke loose. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's George after the basket by Brooklyn. And it's George finishing it off.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. The Clippers also making some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Paul George. Harden outside. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 7.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Harden. Jordan trying to free himself up. Harden, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. High post try, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Morris has got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Harden outside. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter suit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. It was all about the Clippers as the game got going. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8. And that'll...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Nets. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Irving. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harden in at the point.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
And that one's good. George.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Timeout called the Nets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Nets trail by 7. Harden outside. The 3-ball. Offensive rebound. Goes up again. Poked away. Stolen by Jackson. George passes to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And now a 9-point Los Angeles lead. Second half of basketball. Just over a minute played so far. Here's Irving on the mark with the 15-footer.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
Outside Jackson. Kicks to Morris. Jackson dishes to Morris. George with no one around. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And that one's good, Irving.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Outside, George. Zubac trying to break loose. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Irving. He's got 6. From the arc. Let's keep it alive.
Well, Griffin is going to come to the game with a certain attitude. And nights like this where he's going after domination, he can be dangerous.
Here's Kennard. He has 5. George looking around. Lets it go from deep. Los Angeles with another miss.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by George. And the Clippers lead by 6. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
A shot by Batum, no good. And he commits the intentional foul. The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Trailing here by 8. Outside Irving. Lobbed up there for Durant.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Beverly finds Kennard. The 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Durant down low. And finished off by KD.
Well, he's professional in everything that he does. Durant recognizes that opportunity and turns pro.
Pass to Kennard. Batum with the ball. 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it's in there. Kennard's got 7 points.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Irving passes to KD. Taken away. Beverly against Irving. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Gets to the corner and buries it. Kennard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Kyrie Irving. Here's Batum. Lays it up and banks it in. Batum's got his second basket.
Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbounds.
And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 7. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got Luke Kennard. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George, and it's man in at the 3. Here's Claxton, and the shot goes in.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Now the pass to Batum. From deep, George. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 6 rebounds in the game.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Man can't hit.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
Green, no luck.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Batum, and the dunk by Batum.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Harris, right side. Five on the clock. Here's Claxton. That shot, no good. Nice D from Cousins. Los Angeles leading by 7. Passes it to George. From deep 3-point range. Brown against Kennard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan comes in for Nicholas Claxton, and Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Leonard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers. And here's Harden. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Great open look there.
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range. Even from way downtown, this guy is a threat to score.
Leonard on the wing. Out to Morris. No one near him. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Perfect. And he lays it straight in. Now just a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
And Kyrie right now taking it to another level. We know he's capable.
Leonard on the wing. Guarded by Harris. It's stolen by Green. And that's an intentional foul. Durant's checked in for Green. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Paul George is checked in for Kennard. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Harden kicks to KD. Knocks down the step-back J.
Love the way Durant just goes after the jugular there. He's used to nailing those game changers.
1:19 left to play here in the fourth. George against Harden. Outside for George. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
It's the first that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Harden against Leonard. And the rejection by Zubac. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
The Nets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Harden dishes to Harris. Great D that time from Leonard. So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8.
You think about how quickly it was that Kawhi Leonard just rocketed into superstardom. And as a leader of a very proud franchise, if you're a coach, he's everything you've maybe won in a player.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Here's Irving. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Well, Kyrie's resume in these kind of moments is full.
And stolen by Irving. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Outside Leonard. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Here's Harden. The layup off target. No good. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. Rip City, Portland, Oregon. The site. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Harris. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Shamet in at the 2. And for the Trailblazers, Little out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Covington in at the 4 spot. And the officials call a traveling violation. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Now here's Lillard over Irving. The putback, and it's Shamet with the rebound. And here's the fast break. And Harris wide open. He shoots, drops in the tray. Harris has got the opening basket of the game for Brooklyn.
But he doesn't have a clear path to the hoop, so why not? I mean, pull up and bury the 3 in transition.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Powell for 3. 6 to shoot. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Harris.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Yeah, what was that? Did he forget about? Very strange.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Nurkic, the pass to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Shamet with the steal.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
Look at that. Irving just leaked out wonderfully in transition. He's a remarkable decision maker in fast break situations.
Now here's Lillard. There's the pass to Powell. Releases from 15. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Shamet with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Irving. Jordan. It's good on the putback.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Irving against Lillard. Over Irving. And the basket by Lillard.
That was a long time coming. Took them 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
Brooklyn leading by 5. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Shamet. On the wing, Harris. Back to Shamet. 4 on the clock. Over Little. And it's Portland with the rebound.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
It's Covington on the wing. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And so it's Brooklyn with it.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Here's Lillard following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Lillard dishes to Covington. Just 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Nets leading by 5. 1:05 left in the first quarter of the game. There's the lob to Harden. The shot comes out. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. A 3 from McCollum. The rebound by Harden. Nets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen by Cantor. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's McCollum on the wing. He's covered by Brown. McCollum kicks to Cantor. Back to McCollum. That one good for 2.
I think McCullum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
Harden scanning the floor. Outside, Green. Inside, and then Griffin with the dunk.
Look, a big man with major ups. I mean, Griffin wants to use his athleticism as much as possible.
It's stolen by Brown. Doesn't go that time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Nets. They're up. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Fades. 5 to shoot. Pass to Griffin. Excellent D from Kanter. Portland trailing here. Outside, Jones. A 3 from McCollum. And that comes off the assist by Jones. McCollum's got 5 now.
And sometimes McCollum is automatic from there. You can't give him this shot if you're the D.
Ripped away. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move. And he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Here's Kanter. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Harden. This is to Griffin. He feeds it to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Green against Kanter. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Little, he's checked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Now here's Lillard. Down low, Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Little. And it's Little finishing it off.
I like to see this Little patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
The defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
Powell, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Brooklyn making some changes. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Durant, the pass to Jordan. Now, here's Shamet. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The pass to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Jordan. From deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Portland. Some momentum with a 15-2 run underway. Back to Covington. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard fires away from way outside. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Trailblazers leading by 6. Lillard, bounce pass. From deep. The rebound by the Nets.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Irving passes to Shamet to the paint. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell. Puts up a 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Nets trail by 5. Lobs it up for Jordan. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
A comfort zone of Jordan's. The closer he is to the rim, the more efficient he becomes.
Moving against Lillard. Pass to Covington. Kicks it out to Lillard. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 5 now.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Here's Irving. And he banks in the layup.
Almost impossible to stop on the driving times. I mean, Irving's penetrating ability, just remarkable.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Covington finds Lillard. Covington passes to Lillard. From deep 3-point range. Shot clock at 6. Now Nurkic, Powell for 3. He can't get that one. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters. As thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage, but it never... And that'll...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been quite a game so far for DeAndre Jordan.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Irving at the point guard position. 3-pointer, Lillard. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 5 rebounds tonight. This one for 3. And it's Shamet missing. Trailblazers leading by 4. Covington dishes to Jones. Passes to Powell. Now Covington. Feeds it to Cantor. Covington trying to break free. And Jordan sends it back.
I don't know what they drew up at halftime, but it ain't working. 0 for 4 to start the half.
And it's good. 2 points.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Covington passes to Jones. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. In transition, here come the Nets. Lobbed up there for KD. The game now all time.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Irving against Lillard. Outside Covington. Jones finds Covington. Here's Lillard. He's covered by Irving. Shot clock at 5. The shot by Powell, no good.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Irving can't hit. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. And it's Little in for Derek Jones. Then for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Landry Shamet.
And whether he's creating for himself or spotting up, Lillard's jumper is whizzing.
Irving against Lillard. Bobbed up there for Green. No good on that one. Portland leading. Powell kicks to Lillard. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now, here's Lillard. He's got 7. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. It's stolen by Green. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. For the lead, and Durant puts it in. Durant's got 6.
The ability Durant has to score inside, it puts him over the top when you're talking about the NBA's best offensive players.
Here's Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Nurkic in the post. Here's Covington. That one falls. Covington's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
It's easy to admire Covington. Even when the defense gets rough with him, he stays with it.
Lillard against Irving. Pass to Claxton. To the middle. Here's Durant. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Portland's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And Lillard kicks to Little. Covington dishes to Lillard. Irving with the steal. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Now, here is Harden. The pass to Luwawu. He dishes it to Griffin. Pass to Luwawu. Clock at 6. And the Nets miss again.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Good work defensively by Harden.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn.
And Brown throws it down hard.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. McCollum fires from way outside. Off target. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. We've got Little. Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Anthony. That shot off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Lobs it up for Jordan. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. And a new group in for the Nets. Jeff Green is checked in for Jordan. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. Brown is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Harden in for Irving. Now here's McCollum. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And here's Harden. Passes it to Griffin. A rebound by Simons.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Simons. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The Nets with the lead. Oh, Griffin in position, and Griffin slams it in.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now here's Anthony. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Over Green. Cantor's shot is off. Brooklyn leading by 4. Griffin goes in, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Oh, you can't give up a lane to the basket, especially to Griffin, who makes you pay every time you do that.
McCollum outside. To the inside, and it's Anthony with the jam.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. Powell, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Landry Shamet's checked in for Brown. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Now Green, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. It's stolen by Anthony. And here they come. Three-pointer Lillard. And that one is off. The Nets go the other way with it. And here we go. Brooklyn's fast break.
Now look, an assist like that, that gets Durant more hyped than any other play he makes. He loves creating an easy bucket for a teammate.
Lillard against Irving. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Lillard dishes to Powell. And the pass to Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive board.
And stolen by Lillard. Looking to get it going. And Lillard throws it down.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're up by 4. We've got 1:23 left in the game. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%. always a sign of a solid offensive performance, but his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Dennis Cantor's checked in for Robert Covington, and McCollum subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. The focus of his speech was hustle. He told his players, those guys are going to come at us. We have to match their intensity, and we have to play with a great deal of energy. We're all in here, fellas. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Lillard. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Down low. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. Powell, no one around him. They grab their own miss. Nurkic. There's the three. 6 to shoot. Powell for 3. Some solid defense from Harris. Harden with it. So it's the Nets picking up the win. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for... There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring. And David.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson, then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And the basket by McCollum.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Outside, George. And Doris, tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
Now, here's Nurkic. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And the dunk by Covington.
Well, just incredible anticipation and hops by Robert Covington.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. And here's George for three. And the rebound by Nurkic.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Powell. Takes a three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that three, the more the floor opens up.
Kicks it out to Leonard to halt the run. Los Angeles with another miss. The Trailblazers have gotten their first three shots to go in for them to start off this game. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
Now Lillard. Outside Covington. Lillard against George. Lillard the pass to Powell. 5 on the clock. And the basket by Lillard.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Nurkic finds McCollum. Lillard outside. Takes the three. They get it again. And no good that time. Clippers trail by 7. And McCollum with the block. They recover it.
How about Kawhi Leonard? How many guys in the history of their career can say, I was an NBA Finals MVP at 22 and then an NBA Finals MVP at 27? Simply incredible.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
For the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Pulls up on the elbow. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Anthony against Kennard. Back to Batum. Rebounded by Anthony.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Lillard finds Anthony. And here's Canner. Anthony down low, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, he's so tough to defend without fouling. Melo puts the defenders in tough spots.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Lillard against Beverly. Pass to Batum. Back to Beverly. The pass to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Now, here's Cantor. Back to Lillard. Here's Simons. Kennard covering. Got it up. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers out in... And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
this game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the 3. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And Portland making a change here. Giles is checked in, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's Simons. Pass to Cantor. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Clippers trail by 6. Rondo passes to George. Now here is Morris. Outside Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Here's George to the middle. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And so here are the Clippers. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. Yep, that one goes.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Now the pass to Simons. Anthony taking his time here. Back to Cantor. Out to Anthony. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Over George. The putback, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Now here's Rondo. Zubac, the pass to Rondo. From deep, George sinks the three-pointer. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And Cantor throws it down.
Well, this is Enes Kanter's comfort zone. At the rack in a hurry.
Here's Rondo. Outside, George. Picked away. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Lillard misses.
How are hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's man, covered by Lillard. Beverly against McCollum. Beverly the pass to Cousins. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
So how do you maximize a possession, get one of your best scorers from point-blank range?
Lillard finds Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing. Lillard outside. It's McCollum on the wing. Inside. Here's Nurkic to the paint. Lillard from outside. He can't hit that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Beverly. Banked in off the glass. Beverly's got his first points of the game.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverly finding a driving lane and finishing.
Back to Lillard. 34 seconds left here in the second. Powell kicks to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Lillard again missing.
Boy, he cannot get anything to fall, but the teammates, boy, have they delivered.
Feeds it to Cousins. Back to Batum. Over McCollum. Cousins trying to free himself up. That one off the back iron and out. Lillard with it from deep. The long distance three is buried. Lillard's got 6.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And that'll.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward. To the middle, here's Morris. Back to George. Pass to Zubac. Baseline J on the way, and it's Portland with the rebound.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. It doesn't go for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Jackson.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lillard outside. McCollum left side over Jackson. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Trailblazers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach Doris to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. very analytic approach. Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
Lillard way outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Pass to Leonard. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
And Lillard kicks to Covington. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Leonard against Powell. Jackson has the open look. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Jackson's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
McCollum finds Nurkic. Back to McCollum. And the rejection by Zubats. Lillard against George. Another shot. Count the basket. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
There's 49 seconds left in the third.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Lillard outside. Kicks to Nurkic. Shot on the wing. And Portland again with the bucket.
You can see it. He's taking better shots, and the results are coming because of it.
Jackson passes to George. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Leonard draws the double. Morris dishes to Leonard. But they recover it. Jackson from long range. And Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got 16.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here is Lillard from deep three-point range, and the Trailblazers another 3.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Batum in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Simons. Jones up top. Kennard covering. Simons the pass to Giles. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Passes it to Kennard. Here's Mann. There's the pass to Batum. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Here's Kennard. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
Oh, the officials are all over that one. And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He wants them to work for more easy baskets in transition. He said, the moment we take possession of the ball, I want us to attack. If there's nothing there, then you can pull it back out and run the offense. Kevin?
Jones kicks to Giles. The feed to Cantor. Shoots over Batum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
It's the size of Cantor that makes him a tough matchup, right? He is so good at finding space inside and forcing the defense to foul him.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Now Beverly. Pass to man. Kennard with the ball. Lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Lillard, the pass to Jones. And Jones sends it home.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Kennard against McCollum. Cousins inside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Now here's Lillard. He kicks it to McCollum. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Norkic checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. Lillard, the pass to Powell. To take the lead. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 5th rebound in this one. Leonard dishes to George. No good on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Shoots over Cousins. Portland, no good that time either.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Outside Jackson. Pass to Cousins. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Marcus Morris has proven that he can be effective in any system in the NBA. Understands his role as a stretch 4.
Cantor checked in for Nurkic.
Very nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
Anthony right side. Back to Lillard. Passes it to Cantor. Stolen by George. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. It's good. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Boy, Enes Kanter's willingness to be the guy to take over in a critical stretch, so impressive.
27 seconds left in the fourth. Leonard dishes to Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pocket 4. Fires from the wing. Yes!
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Lillard with it. To win it. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Joe Harris is out there with Irving. Then there's Griffin, and it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. It's a three-point game. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Right now, both these sides dealing with injuries. We won't be seeing either of them at 100%.
I agree with you, Kevin. It's been tough for both of these teams as they work through their rotations due to the injury bug. Credit goes to not only the coaches for trying to plug the holes and manage their rosters, but to the players. You know, when you're a pro, even if you're not initially in the rotation, you've got to always be ready to go. And these guys have stepped up well, the reserves.
Here's Jackson. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Zubac finds Leonard. Morris, left side, 4 on the shot clock. No coverage that time.
The polished mid-range game of Morris. Some of his best shots come from about that 12 to 20-foot range.
Pass to Harris. KD against Leonard. And then Durant with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And here is Los Angeles now. After the basket by Brooklyn. Count it.
Yeah, nice vision that time displayed by George off the screen and roll.
Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Irving with a clean look. No good with the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
James Harden, he's checked in for Brooklyn. George passes to Leonard. Now Zubac off target at the rim. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Goes up at the stripe. Harris misses. Clippers leading by 4. And here's George for 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. Here's KD. Good work defensively by Morris.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
Now here's Durant. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander.
Max Force throwdown.
Harris against George. Leonard kicks to Jackson. From the stripe, Leonard no luck.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And KD throws it down.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
The Clippers in the lead. On the wing, George. It's tipped and stolen by Harris. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
George against Harris. Now here is George. Tight defense on him. Zubac's in the post. Guarded by Harris. Good work there as it goes.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Down low, Leonard with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. George. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
And, you know, the versatile George does so many things well. High-octane player who I think gives you intensity at both ends of the court.
Now, here is Irving. Outside, Green. Pass to Claxton. Shot clock at 6. No good there. Nice D from Cousins. Kennard for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers ahead, leading by 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Brooklyn now, Green is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Claxton in at the center, locking down the middle. Clippers leading by 7.
And, Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And, you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Now here's Rondo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Cousins. Count that one. Cousins has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Tell you what, the defender didn't look like he was ready to see Cousins go to work off the dribble there.
Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
And there's the pass to Cousins. Beverly for 3. Green with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the net.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but
I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now, here's Kennard. No points in the game yet for him. Back to Batum. A second chance effort. Green with the rebound. Nets trail by 4. Here's Harden, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
It's always awesome to watch Harden do his thing. I mean, he's so good with the ball. Fantastic at going straight into the contact on his drive. Excellent.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. Kevin Durant's checked in for Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Luwawu. The drive by Cousins.
Boy, he gets a head of steam like that. He is a terror to behold. Cousins getting it done.
Kennard against Harden. The Clippers grab the miss. Cousins has got his 5th rebound in this one.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter. Still trying to find his rhythm.
Off target from outside. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Basket good. 8 points for James Harden.
I really appreciate how Harden handles contact, staying in control of his body, and tremendous balance.
Pass to Cousins. Looking for Kennard. He gets it in there. And Griffin sends it back. The Nets working the ball around now. It's deflected.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
Now here's Cousins. He has 6. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Luwawu is checked in for Kevin Durant. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Jackson following the bucket by the Nets. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. For Brooklyn, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Pass to Harden. Here's Luwawu. Here's Claxton. Passes it to Luwawu. The Nets need to get a shot off here. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And now, thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening. That's all for now.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Now here's Durant. So they take the lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
The Nets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Yeah, you look at Durant's numbers, 50, 40, 90. He's made that club multiple times. One of the few players to accomplish that. And he seems to threaten those numbers virtually every year.
Now, here is George.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind him taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Outside for KD. Leonard with the steal. Here's Morris. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And, you know, the intensity Leonard plays with on defense is impressive, using his huge hands to claw the ball away.
Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to Vancouver.
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Here's Jackson after the made shot from KD. High post, Zubats. He's against Jordan. And the Clippers miss again. The Nets have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the 3rd quarter. Durant with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. It's tipped. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And it's George finishing it off.
Hey, it's one thing to have the physical attributes, the length, the athleticism, to play good defense. But the other part of it is the instincts. And George thinks and feels things defensively as well as anybody in the league. And really excellent instincts at that end of the floor.
It's hauled in by Zubats.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And George kicks to Morris. Off the left rim and out.
The defense there got away with a major lapse. And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. Back to George. Griffin with the steal. Durant attacking and finished off by KD.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
The shot by George, wide open. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Here's Irving. Paul George making his last shot. Rocket 6. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And George with the stuff.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition. Times it perfectly and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Now here's Durant. 13 points in the game. Feeds it to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. George dishes to Jackson. Kicks it to Leonard. Zubats against Jordan. And that one is good from Zubats.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
And they go to the intentional foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. So for the Nets, there's 39 seconds left in the third. To the inside, Brown laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Brown's got his first 2 points.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
And both free throws good for Green. 16 seconds left to play here in the third. Beverly looking around. Kennard on the wing. Here's Mann. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And a chance here to just double check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
And you know what? We're watching exactly what the officials are seeing from the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus. We've got the time right here, so they're making sure they got it right.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. With this game still up for grabs, he told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. We'll see how it plays out, Kevin.
The Clippers shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. To take the lead, and off the glass. That one's good. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Tremendous focus from the little man, Patrick Beverly, there.
Harden outside. Green kicks to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he plays with no fear, and he certainly knows how to put the ball in the basket.
Kennard against Brown. 6 to shoot. Beverly the pass to Batum. Beverly against Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Guys, it's hard to shake Harden off his game. He's so strong and skilled. He keeps his balance right where he needs it.
The pass to Kennard. Now here's Cousins. Defense is right there. Back to Kennard. Lock at 6. Pass to Mann. The three-pointer off the mark. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. The lead is 2. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Timeout called the Nets. Changes for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Kevin Durant comes in for Brown. And James Harden subbed in for Joe Harris. Outside Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Zubac. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Dishes to George. He gets that one. George has got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Harden against Jackson. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 2.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
Outside, George. And it's George finishing it off.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Oh, what a play!
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Outside Leonard, stolen by Harden. For the finish, and Harden with the stop.
And you've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that could decide the outcome.
1:21 left in the fourth quarter of this one. The three from George. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 4th rebound in this one. Stolen by Zubac. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
Irving for 3, unable to get that one. LA has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. George missing again. And the Nets with possession here. A 2-point game. Good.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
And the Clippers have possession. Outside, George. Passes it to Leonard. A rebound by the Nets. Here's Harden, and it's Harden slamming it down.
And you know the ball's going to Harden when the game's tight. Terrific at delivering and producing down the stretch.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. George, that's a 2-pointer. And the Clippers miss again. Irving with it. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The activity in front of the Brooklyn News. And we've got...
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the small forward position. And for Brooklyn, they've got Griffin. Harris is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. Lobs it up.
Man. Caution. Flammable.
That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
Well, that's where they look to him most. DeAndre Jordan with arms that go on for days. Just toss that ball anywhere, and he knows what to do with it.
Now, here's Nurkic, and that one's good. Lillard.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Irving against Lillard. Shoots off the step back. Left side, Griffin. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Yeah, you don't want to leave people open when Blake Griffin has vision of the floor. He exploited the hole in the defense that time.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. Over in the corner, Lillard. Back to Nurkic. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. The shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it. Here's Irving. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Irving's got his second bucket.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Here is Lillard. Jones finds Lillard. Inside. Here's Covington. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Irving surveying the floor. Tries it from 19. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Well, the ball hitting his hands and then the ball hitting the back of the net as KD throws another one in.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Covington dishes to Jones. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Harris outside. Down low, here's Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, there is continuous energy in DeAndre Jordan's play, really hustling on both ends and influencing those plays with that activity.
So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Griffin. Bruce Brown comes in for Joe Harris. And James Harden subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Anthony. Cantor kicks to Anthony. Three-pointer. The rebound by Jeff Green. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Harden against Powell. Brown the pass to Harden. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. Here's Simons. The pass to Cantor. Now, Hollis Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. Simons surveying the D. The shot missing. Nets leading by 6. Durant with a wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Durant's got 5 now.
Love to watch KD out in transition. Puts a little flair on the finish.
Passes to Cantor. Here's Simons. Back to Cantor. Pass to Simons. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Brown. Leading the fast break. Intercepted. They need this. And no problem from Powell as he finishes at the rim.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's Green. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a brute. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
They've got Luwawu, Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Green, and it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
The 3 from McCollum. Goes back up. Got a hand on it. Harden right side to the inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Now here's Powell. Pass to Carmelo. Back to Powell. The feed now to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Using some brute force to take it strong to the rack. Cantor leaving nothing to chance.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. And he lobs it up. Here's Claxton. He's covered by Cantor, and the layup falls.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
There's the pass to Simons. Over Harden. Kicks it to Powell. Uncovered. Here's Cantor. Back to Powell. Anthony left side. 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Cantor's shot is off. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Green, and it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden. Here's Jordan. That misses off the backboard.
He looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Lobs it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Irving with a clean look. Portland grabs the miss. And he lobs it up toward the rim. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Anthony.
There's no stopping Melo there. Too strong for any kind of defense. It's going to take a bit more than that.
Outside Irving. Durant down low. Alice Jefferson's there.
And
folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
30 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Durant against Anthony to the left wing. Cantor kicks to Anthony. Passes it to Simons.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Now Irving. He's got 6. Here's Luwawu. Stolen by Cantor. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 1. Kenny, give us your take. And that should do it with the...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been quite a game so far for DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot. So right now he's feasting.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in its center. And it's Lillard missing. The Nets with the lead. Oh, Griffin in position. It's stolen by Jones. They push it up 4 on 3. Lillard from outside. Good on the triple. Lillard's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Trailblazers. The net shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Harden against Lillard. Harden, no good. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end.
Oh, the power on that Prudence!
Unreal.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Kicks it out to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. It's stolen by Harris. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden's got the ball, and Jones sends it back. But oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Count it. McCollum's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
You give CJ that kind of shot, and he's going to knock it down. He'll exploit the defense all night long.
Harden against Lillard. Got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Lillard.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Green, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Durant.
And this is why Blake Griffin appears on your highlight reel on a nightly basis. Loves rising up for the alley-oop.
It's McCollum on the wing. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Harden against McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. He feeds it to Nurkic. Tips it up. Count that bucket. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. McCollum dishes to Covington. And the shot goes in. Covington's got the lead back up to 4 now for Portland.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Here's Claxton. He's guarded by Nurkic. Irving can't hit. Portland leading by 4. To the middle. And the dunk by Covington.
Yeah, the vision's one thing, but the timing also helps. Lillard prepared to get the ball to his teammate.
Irving against Lillard. There's the triple. And it's Irving missing. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Feeds to Nurkic. Stolen. Here's Luwawu, defended by Jones. Here's Brown, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Now, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Lillard with it. 7 points in the game. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 10 points.
Yeah, keep thinking that he can't shoot it from there, and he'll prove you wrong. Lillard lofts one of those high-arching bombs.
Lillard against Irving. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Brooklyn shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here.
I feel like Kyrie is just never afraid of the challenge in front of him. Tougher the situation, seems like the tougher he plays.
Here's Simons. Bombs it up for Cantor. Misses. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Portland out in front, up by 4. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor for the Nets. Green is out there with Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Irving at the point guard position.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Powell, the pass to Cantor. Powell against Harris. And here is Powell. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Cantor. Great D that time from Jordan.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Portland also making some changes. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for McCollum. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
So impressive. The fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
Powell, that's good.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside Griffin. Pops it up for Jordan. Griffin finds Jordan. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Portland leading. Now here's Powell. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Out to Anthony. Here's Simons, covered by Irving, and foul on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And McCollum subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Damian Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. Powell kicks to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Right side, Covington. 5 on the clock. Lillard against Harden.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. The shot by Lillard, wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist in this one. Harden scanning the floor. And the layup is good.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. There's 1:40 left to play in the final quarter. Harden with the defensive effort.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively. DeAndre Jordan has seen these moments before. Not usually the guy called upon, but, man, delivering in a big spot.
Now Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Fires the 3. Jordan with the rebound.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
Well, anyone questioning Durant's killer instinct can stop right now. Wow.
Lillard against Harden. Lillard attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Well, I love to watch Lillard play. He's from the Bay Area. That's where I'm from. But he's fearless, heartless, and he usually saves his best for last. It's Lillard time in the fourth quarter.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for James Harden. And a switch here also for Portland. Panthers checked in. Timeout called, the Nets. They're behind by 1. 51 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harden's checked in. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Derek Jones comes in for Norman Powell. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent D from Cantor. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Portland again missing. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And the jam by Harden.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Can't cash in. Outside Durant. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 3. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lillard from outside buries the triple. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
and he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. 2K Sports back in a moment. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Griffin in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
There's some unique qualities to the play of Blake Griffin, a big with incredible handles and passing skills who can still throw it down.
Lillard with it. Pass to Anthony. Irving against Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Anthony gets to cancel. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And you can tolerate gaps like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Harris outside. Pass to Green. It's Durant on the wing. To the paint. And Griffin scores. The assist by Durant. And the Nets lead by 4.
Must see BG. You can see he stayed ready for that one. A terrific offensive talent.
Lillard from deep three-point land. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here's Harris from the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. Covington's got his 5th rebound in this one. Inside. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Griffin. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. In overtime here, a minute and a half off the clock. And there's the pass to Harris. Jordan, high post. 6 to shoot. Here's Durant. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
There's not much you can do. This is KD, ferocious on his drives inside and powers right through the defense.
Lillard dishes to Jones. He kicks to Nurkic. Lillard against Irving.
Look at your watch. It's Lillard time.
And here is Irving. Pass to Durant. Lillard against Irving. Shot clock at 5. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
Pass to Jones. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Covington. It drops. And now they trail by just 4. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Irving passes to KD. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Pops it up for Jordan. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's McCollum. It's good. Now just a 2-point Nets lead.
And McCollum's paid.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That And coming to you today, looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at center, locking down the middle. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Pass to Leonard. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And a wide open look for McCollum. Offline with his 3. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's George missing.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
McCollum finds Covington. Lillard from outside. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubats. He feeds it to Morris. Back to Zubats. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Well, this is his game. Be proactive offensively. Put the defense back on his heels.
Lillard misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Nobody near Leonard. They get the rebound.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here's Lillard. He kicks to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Outside Leonard. Back to George. Outside Leonard. From deep three-point range. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And at a certain point, you just have to look to someone else to score for you.
Covington finds McCollum. 1:58 left to play here in the first. Covington's shot is off. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Now, here's Lillard. The pass to Nurkic. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now, here is Morris. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And the shot is long. The Clippers in the lead. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Now Lillard. Outside Covington. McCollum up top. Portland moving the ball around. No one covering. Lillard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Portland.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Zubac the pass to George. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, we've got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverley out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the three, the small forward. Now Kennard, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins from deep. 6 on the shot clock. Beverley the pass to Cousins. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Portland trailing here. Right side Jones. Here's Simons. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Kennard, the shot from the low post is good. Kennard's got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. Passes it to Little. To the middle. Here's Cantor. The dish to Anthony. Great tee that time from Batum.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
It's stolen by Little. They're running. Lobs it up for Anthony. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in. Now here's Batum. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Cousins. Clock at 6. That one goes in.
I mean, one thing about DeMarcus, he's never had much of a problem scoring with contact.
It's McCollum on the wing. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Simons, the pass to Cantor. He was all alone on that one.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
Now here's Beverley. Here's the lob to the hoop. And Cantor pulls it down.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Clippers leading by 4. And Beverley kicks to Kennard. Here's Batum. Whistle blows. Basket is. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
For the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Little, and Norman Powell subbed in for Derek Jones. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers.
And, you know, Kanter can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Clippers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. George passes to Zubac. 1:25 left to play here in the half. Shot clock at 6. Leonard on the wing. Back to George. Stolen by Kanter. Now it's Anthony running. He can go all the way. Trailblazers moving the ball around. It's Jackson with the drive. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got 11 points.
Oh, he's heating up here now in the second quarter. Watch out.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. 41 seconds left in the second quarter. And that one is good. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard scanning the floor. Chalk up 2 there.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
Leonard against Powell. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Lillard from deep 3-point land, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a 1. And
as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Cousins. Back to Leonard. 6 to shoot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. It's a 1-point game. McCollum outside for the lead. Cans it from downtown. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
George passes to Morris.
Yeah, and that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
And Morris drops them both. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Kicks it to Nurkic. Tipped away. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. McCollum against George. Here's Morris. And that one hits back iron. The Trailblazers shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
The drive by Cousins. Shoots over Nurkic. Morris. And Covington sends it back. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Clippers also making some changes. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Here's Mann. The shot will not fall. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And the basket by Jones.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Beverley, the pass to Cousins. Here's Mann. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And they double up Cousins. Down low. Pocket 4. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Nailed from three-point land.
We've seen Kennard steadily increase his three-point shots. Terrific accuracy here.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverley. Here's Anthony. And the rejection by Cousins. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Mann. And that one is hammered home.
We know Beverley's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverley. Got a piece of it. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Rondo drives in. Kennard on the wing. And the pass to Zubac. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Zubac has got 8.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition. Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy this go around.
Beverley finds Rondo. Passes it to Batum. Back to Rondo. 4 on the clock. And Jones sends it back. McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Pass to Simons. To the inside. Here's Cantor. It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. And he gets it to go. 6 points for him. Clippers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Kennard with the ball. He's got 5. Back to Rondo. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Clippers on top. There. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's man in at the 3 spot. Here's Simons. Second shot opportunity. And here's Jones. Knocked away. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Beverley to the left side wing. 3-pointer. Man can't hit. Trailblazers trail by 3. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Jones drives in, and then Jones with the jam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Beverley, the pass to Zubac. Here's Man. To the wing on the left. 5 to shoot. Now Beverley. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Anthony dishes to Cantor. Back to Anthony. Here's Simons. Ball stolen. And now the Clippers on the break. From 17 feet out. And he hits the jumper for 2. And the Clippers lead by 3.
In addition to being a good floor spacer, Luke Kennard is shifty in their mid-range area.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Here's Simons. Back to Anthony. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Batum's got his 4th rebound in this one. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Both teams will make substitutions. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Nurkic with the steal. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
It's stolen by Morris.
And just a loss of concentration there. And they're going to pay for it with the over and back.
When you're thinking about the next play, rather than being in the moment, these kinds of mistakes happen. Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Here's Lillard, and he converts the layup. Lillard's got 19 points.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
George passes to Leonard. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
3-pointer, Lillard. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Back to Zubac. Looking for George. He gets it there. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Here's Lillard. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Outside Leonard. Back to Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard with the bucket.
Feeling that one all the way. Leonard lethal in the catch-and-shoot game.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And a deep three from Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing. Outside Leonard. Pass to Morris. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Zubac.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Now the pass to Leonard. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
They have very little time to run a play, and then, of course, they also need to foul.
Passes it to Zubac. Down low. Kicks it out to Leonard. Fires from deep. Can't get it to fall. So the Clippers with the win. They seem to run. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
For